actually live. I think we are. It says I'm live, but if we are, I'm about to drop some baits down. I've got everything rebaited here, ready to go. I'm seeing a few people here in the chat box up there, so hopefully y'all can see me. Let me click it. I guess it'd help if I could actually see the dang comments, wouldn't it? Let me get this going here. This is kind of an impromptu thing, but it does say I'm live, so I'm going to go ahead and get these baits going while people join in. I know my original live stream was scheduled for tomorrow. That was the plan, to go live tomorrow, but I have had such a good morning out here thus far that I am going to try to go live today while I'm on a pile of fish. Always helps to go live when two things are happening. One, you got cell phone service, and two, you actually catching fish. So we're going to try to make it happen today. I'm just going to go around the horn here and just start dropping these baits down. 4 rods as usual. 2 live baits, 2 cut baits today. Both have been catching fish out here. My biggest fish this morning was a flathead, a little over 40 inches. That one ate a piece of cut bait. I have gotten a few other flatheads on the cut bait. On the live bait, excuse me. And some blue cats on the live and cut bait. It's been a variety. It's been a great morning. I had about a 30 to 45 minute video filmed in my first hour and a half out here on the water. So I said, you know what, let's just go live today. Let's just make this happen today, folks. So we'll get this last bait dropped down here, and then hopefully I'll turn the screen around and I'll actually still be live. We'll see. I'm excited to be out here this morning. It's been a foggy morning. Nice and comfortable out here today, temperature wise. It's a Monday. There ain't many people on the water. I've only seen a few boats. So, all right, let me dry my hands off here and let's see. All right, we got some people up in here. People are talking down there. Everybody's saying good morning everybody. So it looks like I am actually in fact live and people can see me. So got baits out right now, y'all. Again, my plan was to go live tomorrow. I've got a new microphone here for this setup, and I was hoping to improve my live stream quality. However, I didn't bring that microphone with me today because I had no plans of going live. But again, I'm on a pile of fish out here this morning. I've caught a few flatheads, including a big one and some blues. And so I thought today is the day. Let's just go live. It's cloudy. I can actually look into the screen and see the comments without glasses and all that. So anyway, that's what we're doing out here, y'all. Let's get to some comments here. I got Eric Romines in the house. I got at least one moderator on here right now. That's good to know. Tom N, $5. He's got the first super chat of the day, folks. Tom N, he says, about to make it rain. I like your style, Tom. Like your style right there, man. I think Tom's the current high bidder on my hook that's on eBay right now. Appreciate that. Oh, Holocheck's in the house. Holocheck 4075 says, morning, Justin, $9.99. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate that, buddy. Gary Tunnel says, morning, sir. How we doing? Nick Howell's in the house. Cowboy Catfish in there, ripping lips. Ken Beatty. Michael Toby. Charles Lyons. Dan Orr's back. Catch a Hog. Stephen Crutcher. David Hunter. We got a bunch of people up in here. We got 168 here right now, as a matter of fact. To just be 4 minutes into a stream on a Monday morning, that's pretty dang good if you ask me. Here's Ryan Bortz in the house. Hey, Ryan, how you doing in the tournaments right now, buddy? I heard you getting your tail whooped. Andy C, Fins and Fines. He says, hello, Justin. Hope your team wins Saturday. Buddy, if we can't beat Tennessee Tech, we're in bad shape. I don't know if we're going to beat anybody else, but that's our last guaranteed win of the season, I think. I got a little tap-tap-taparoo going on over here. So anyway, guys, for those of you just tuning in, right now I've got some live baits on my back. I got 4 rods out. Live baits on the back. I got green sunfish and bluegill. My front rods have fresh skipjack. And this morning, man, it's been an awesome bite out here. So I'm hoping to keep that going and hopefully catch some fish on the stream here today. And hope this fog stays on the water for a little while because I'd like to be cool and comfortable out here. All right, let's get some more comments here. There's Eric Greer from Warren, Arkansas. What's up, Eric? Holocheck's telling people to push that like button. I like your style. I got 41 likes, 179 people. Apparently 130 people don't like me. I got more people than that don't like me, actually. Channel Catfish says he's in class right now watching. Well, that teacher's going to confiscate your phone, buddy. Blackburn Catfishing says Kentucky won this weekend. Yeah, mark that down in history. May not happen again for y'all either. Donald Miles says he watches me all the time. Jeff Rickers here. Michael Toby says, hope Roscoe is doing well. Well, thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. He's had a rough go of it the last few days. There's Holocheck back with another $4.99. Thank you, Matt. He says, y'all hit that like button for me. Appreciate that, Matt. Man, you're a good man. Armor Phillips asking about Roscoe. Yeah, y'all, Roscoe's not doing well right now. He's had a rough go of it. We went back for this past Thursday for his second round of chemo. The first round didn't really do anything. The tumor growth seemed to slow for about a week, and then it ramped right back up. And the tumor on his head right now is a little bigger than baseball size, I would say. It's huge. And so we went back for the second round of chemo on Thursday, and he has had a pretty rough weekend. And so they said it takes about a week for this chemo before you start really noticing results from it. And I'm just hoping he holds out, you know, just trying to get him through the next couple days and hope he turns the corner. And if he don't turn the corner, it's probably going to be time. So I'm not going to let him suffer like he has the last couple days. So anyway, that's the update on Roscoe. I wish I had better news to share with you. My mom's over there this morning, so I could come out here and work and do my thing, you know, and she's sitting with him and giving his morning medicine and all that, and then I'll be home about noon today and take over from there. But anyway, thank you all for the prayers and well wishes for him. I appreciate it, and hopefully this chemo is going to kick in here in the next few days. I see some more super chats coming in. Let's focus on some positives here, y'all. Let's focus on some positives. Where's that first one out there? I've seen a couple. Here's Tom Ian back. Says, prayers up for Roscoe. Thank you, Tom. $10, man. He's making it rain first thing. Pat Perez with $25. Thank you, Pat. He says, good morning from Wisconsin, Justin. Love watching and have learned so much. Prayers for you and Roscoe. Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Pat. I really appreciate that. Let me get on down through here. Got a lot of prayers for Roscoe. Thank you all so much. Here's Philip H. Says, thanks for the heads up for the charger. Charger battery for 3 days to get it full because he's got 3 amp hour charger. Yeah, Philip just got a lithium battery. He bought my Old Town Sportsman autopilot. So yeah, that's that 3 amp hour charger. It's going to take a while, buddy. Hopefully that other one will work out better for you. Lee Leonard says he wants to see a nice flathead. Yeah, me too, buddy. I've been on some out here today. I think I ended up this morning's session here before I went live. I think I had 4 flatheads total, I think, including one that was over 40 inches. It was a dang good flathead. Mud Puddle says he's a die-hard bass fisherman, but I got him wanting to catch some cats. Well, I hope you get out there and get them, buddy. Fishing with Big Mike in the house. What's going on, buddy? Wormy's in the house. Glad to have you back. Wormy shows up all the time. He's another regular viewer. Luke Small says, I'm a big inspiration. Well, thank you, Luke. Armor Phillips says, I think you need to cut your losses with the old fella and set him free. Yeah, well, everybody's got their opinion on that. Yeah. Hey, here's Billy Hamilton. $200, man. Billy Hamilton. Look right here, Billy. We had a fish hitting that headpiece up there. Billy Hamilton, though. $200, man. Billy, you're a good man. Billy hit me up last time total, last live stream last week. Billy hit me up with $450. Billy was the hero of the show, y'all, and he's back today with 200. He says, this is for you and Roscoe. It's nice to see you live again. You're very awesome, Justin. Well, Billy, thank you. I think you're pretty awesome, as a matter of fact. I appreciate that, buddy. Man, Billy Hamilton, y'all. Billy for the win. Justin Worley says, first time watching me live. Well, I hope to not disappoint you, Justin. You got a good name. I like it. Josh Wagner says he watches every day I come out. Jason Frederick says, best way to start a Monday watching his favorite YouTube fisherman. Says, good luck today. Well, thank you, Jason. Thank you, Craig Tyrell. Here's Eric Romines trying to defend our loss there. Yeah. Eric, you must not watch the same game I did. I don't know. Me and Eric, we've got different opinions. I'm very negative on our team. He's poly positive. I knew the whole game we was going to find a way to lose. But anyway, that's just me being negative. Here's Tom in back with another $5. He says, loving that weather. Missed the last stream. Give us a heads up night before, please. Yeah, Tom, I appreciate you showing up today. I had made a post here earlier this morning. I was going to go live tomorrow. And then I got out here on the water and had a regular video filmed very quickly. And I was like, you know, I'm on a good bite. Let me just go live this morning to see if anybody shows up. So I switched that tomorrow to today. And so I'm glad. It looks like we got 271 people in here right now. So I'm glad some of you's noticed there. Ryan Bort says, I need to get Pro Moderator back on the water. Yeah. I get a lot of complaints about him, man. My audience didn't resonate with him for some reason. I do need to fish with him again, though. Bass tournament season there is coming to an end. He'll have a lot more time soon. Jeff Gerald's in the house, y'all. Hey, look who's here. Lord, Becca's in the house. Between Becca and Billy Hamilton, I'm rich already this morning, y'all. But Becca says, fishies, fishies. It's early morning. Fishies, fishies. I've done messed it up, Becca. Lord Almighty, my poetry skills fire me, Becca. She says, fishies, fishies, it's early morn. Fishies, fishies, I'm blowing the horn. Time for school, so swim right over. Bite those hooks so Mr. Justin can take over. I know you've already caught some, but now I want to see them, Becca. Well, thank you so much, Becca. Thank you for the $111.11. She does that 11111 because she thinks I'm number one, and I think she's number one. I love Becca to death. She's awesome. NC Backwoods says bait. Bait right now, I've got skipjack on these front two rods up here, midsection, a head piece. On the back rods, I've got a green sunfish and a live bluegill. Live green sunfish and live bluegill. Let's see. I lost my place now. Doggone it. I took my finger off the screen. Some people saying hello to Becca. Glad to have her here, that's for sure. Becca and Billy Hamilton, man, they're big supporters of this channel. I appreciate them. Pull my finger says, did I fire Pro Moderator? Yeah. Yeah, after he interrupted the stream by God. He's been fired numerous times, actually. He just keeps showing up. He's one of them people like that guy from The Office. Remember that movie, The Office? They fired him and he kept showing up or whatever? The stapler guy. John Knott says he's homesick with his daughter. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. I hope you and your daughter both get to feeling better soon. Derek Stein says he's seen my update video on the Instagram. Yeah, I put that video there on Facebook real quick just to let people know I was switching it up. Going live today. Eric Romine says he's got to find the positive there. He's still looking for the positive of this team. We got Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite back there at quarterback for us. Overthrows everybody by about 75 yards. Dave Wolf's in the house. Thanks for showing up today, Dave. Eric here says he had to put his dog down last year. He's 13 years old. Well, thank you, Eric. I appreciate the kind words there, and I'm sorry to hear you had to go through that. It's a terrible experience, I'll tell you that. I just try to enjoy the time I got left with him, you know, take advantage of the the periods of time where he's feeling well. We went out Saturday morning, him and I, and we went on a little car ride and adventure, and he was feeling pretty good at the time, you know. He seemed to enjoy it, so we just take the few moments that we've got left and enjoy them together. Here's John Duck in the house. John's a regular viewer too. He says, good morning, catch the next one from me, 1999. Well, thank you, John Duck, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate yous all. Greg Flint in the house. It's Team Flint Catfishing. Sending prayers to you and Roscoe. Well, thank you, Greg. Huckett Catfish says green sunfish are money bait for the big old flatties. I hope we catch some more on them here today. I was catching fish just boom, boom, boom before I went live here. Now going live's the kiss of death, apparently. It's only been 15 minutes. We'll get our baits down there, let them soak a little while. We'll get some more coming up through here. Mason Farmer says he likes it when I caught them big wipers. Well, thank you, Mason. Hunter 12182 says, do I throw a cast net? Yeah, I do. I throw a cast net from the kayak here. I got a 6-footer. 6-footer is about the best size for me in the kayak. I can throw a bigger one from the bank and from a boat, but from the kayak platform, 6 foot's about as good as it gets for me. Here's Dame Fishing, $5. Thank you, Dame Fishing. He says, good morning, Justin. Prayers to Roscoe. I really enjoy watching you. Been watching about a year now, and he's learned a great amount. Well, thank you, Dame. Thank you for the super chat there. Philip H. says he had to quit watching Tennessee football. He said he's waited since '98 for a winning team. Me too, man. We've had bad teams longer than we've had good teams. at least in my lifetime, anyway. Here's a Milton from the Office Space reference. That was a classic movie. Love that movie. Steve Mosley says, Becca, don't you sleep. I've wondered the same thing. Every time she's live or somebody's live, she's on YouTube 24/7, y'all. I don't know how she does it. I wish I had her energy level. Noah V says he was told his dog had 6 weeks left back in January, and now he's spoiling him. Noah, look right here. We got us a fish right here, Noah. Let's reel us one in. What do you say? Noah, I'm glad your dog's doing well, by the way. This one's on the headpiece here, y'all. Let's reel us one in. This is fish, I don't know what, probably about 20 for the morning. But about number 1 here for the live stream. For those of you that tuned in late, I'm currently sitting. I'm spot locked 61 feet of water off a main channel ledge here where old creek channel dumps in. And have caught flatheads and blues out here this morning, both on the live and the cut bait. They've both performed well. This one here ate a skipjack head. This is on one of the cut baits. And this one is going to be a blue cat. This is a larger dink here. Got the red sinker there. And he's thrown the bait off. Doggone this fish, y'all. You can throw the midsections off. Don't throw the heads off. This fish here. If it was an ultralight trip and I was fishing with Gulp minnows, a fish that throws my bait off is a punishable offense. It gets thrown in the bait bucket or the cooler. This one here, he's too big for bait. I'm gonna let him go this time. But I'm giving him a stern talking to before it's over. Listen, fish, you don't ever do that again. No, he's trying to take my thumb off now, y'all. This thing's wound. This one right here, he's one of them that's wound tighter than the Georgia pine. Come here. Come here now. Enough. Hey, enough of that. You're making a fool of yourself right here live on YouTube with a few hundred people watching. You're making me look bad for not being able to land you. I'm a professional, folks, I promise. I can't land a 10-pound blue cat, but I'm a professional. Now we got hold of him. Lordy days, this fish is wound up, man. That's why he threw the bait off right there. He's acting like that. Well, let's hold him out there for the camera. He's a larger dink size there. Well, let's send him home. And dry my hands off here, we'll get us another skipjack head. I got a whole cooler full of skipjack here today. We're not going to run out of bait. Let me get a hold of one. Bear with me here, y'all. I went out yesterday morning and got my bucket here full of bluegill and green sunfish, and then I went out yesterday evening right before dark. I went over to do some fishing off the bank, and I got some fresh skipjack for today. So I've went through some out here already this morning, but I still got plenty left. So we're good out here this morning, assuming the bite continues, and I hope it does. I was pretty optimistic the way the morning was going. So there's our next bait going down, y'all. Big old skipjack head, big old bloody thing. It's my favorite bait in the world, y'all know it. Regular viewers, you've seen me catch a lot of big fish on them skipjack heads through the years. We'll get this back down. I'll get back to the chat box here. All right, we're back in business again, y'all. Fish number 1 on the stream. We got the live stream skunk out. That's a mouthful. That's a tongue twister right there. Yeah, all right, y'all. Back in business here. Back in business. Let me scroll up here. See where I left off at. I've had some super chats come in here, y'all. Let me get to these super chats here. There's Dame Fishing. All right. Let me scroll down to the next one here. There's been a few. Y'all are awesome. Here's Sean Duncan with $1, no comment. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate that. Here's M. Pruitt, 1999. Thank you, sir. He says, casting one deep from Abilene, Texas. It is early out there in Abilene still, but thank you for tuning in. All the way from Texas. I like my Texas people. That's my largest demographic of viewers down there in Texas. Tom N, $5. He said, you should try being a Texas A&M Aggies fan. I don't want to hear it, buddy. Y'all have had more success than we have had in the last decade. I don't want to hear that. Let's see what. Thank you for the donation, though, there, Tom. Look who's in the house now. Boy, I got the whole crew up in here today. Callie here, K&K Fishing Adventures YouTube channel. $100. Thank you so much, Callie. Says, hey, Justin, prayers for Roscoe. I'm glad you're going live today. I got to go to work I got to go work a 10-hour day and Callie, I can't read today. What the heck is wrong with me? I'm having a stroke out here or something. Let me try it again. She says, I got to go work a 10-hour day on only 4 hours of sleep, and starting my day watching you makes it a little more bearable. Well, thank you, Callie. I appreciate you spending your morning with me, and I hope you have a good day at work today. Callie's awesome, y'all. Check out her channel, K&K Fishing Adventures. She's putting out a lot of content. Here's Dan Orr with $5. Nice fish. I would like to see a flathead and a stripe. Me and you both, Dan. I'm semi-confident we might see a flathead here this morning. I've already caught some out here before I went live, so we might be able to make that happen there, Dan. Thank you for the super chat. Look right here, Dan. Look right here, that headpiece getting hit. Look at that rod tip standing up there, Dan. Toying with me. They're toying with mine and your emotions there, Dan. Where we at here? Where'd I go? Okay, there we go. D Professor says New Mexico here. He's up early too. Y'all out there in them western time zones. Pull my finger, says Chunky painted his sinkers red in honor of me. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I seen that. I like old Chunky Cats. He's a heck of a live streamer. He's got his system dialed in. I'm working on making some changes to my live stream. I bought a microphone. I think it's going to improve the audio a lot. My live streams, what I've noticed is right now, the audio is good. But when I flip the phone around as I'm fighting fish, put it in my chest, the audio sucks. And so I've got a microphone that's going to help with that. It's sitting at the house because I was planning on going live tomorrow and not today. So useless for us out here this morning. I've also got a light for the live streaming itself. It's hopefully going to brighten things up when I go live early in the morning. And I'm working on a mount. I'm getting it dialed in here today. Look right here. That rod is getting hit again. But I've got a mount that I've been working on and tinkering with, and I've got it with me out here. I'm gonna get it adjusted right before I leave today. That way, hopefully when I catch a big fish and stuff and I got my hands full, I'm gonna be able to just set this camera here on that mount and be able to free up both of my hands. That's kind of the goal. So we're trying to take this live streaming to the next level here, folks. I'm working on it. It's a work in progress, but I'm getting there. Becca says she's had a phone call, y'all. Welcome to my world, Becca. People never want to call me until I'm live. I'm on Do Not Disturb today, so ain't nobody going to disrupt us. Look at my gosh right here. Billy Hamilton, man, he hit me with $450 last week. He's in for $400 already today. Two $200 donations. My man, Billy, you like my pimp, Billy. I'm going to be out there on the streets working for you, buddy. But Billy says, hope you will catch some monsters next time you go live. I'll have more money to support you, and I pray that Roscoe makes a turn for the better. He's such a beautiful dog. Wow, thank you, Billy. Man, he's going to have more. Listen, you've given me enough, Billy. I appreciate it, man, but Lord, don't go broke on me now. Billy is the man. Here's Jack Fishing TV with $9.99. Says, go get a giant flathead. Thank you, Jack Fishing TV. Man, I'm telling you, y'all today, y'all are making it rain on me. Billy, Becca, Callie, Tom, Jack, man, all you guys. M. Pruitt, y'all are awesome. Man, so we're at $742 here at the first 27 minutes of this live stream. That's amazing. Man. Eric Flowers says, bow down to Billy's budget. Ain't that the truth? Billy is the man. Here's Stephen Mosley. He's wondering if Becca ever sleeps too. I tell you, I've wondered that myself. Becca goes live all morning there on Palmetto Cats there over the weekend, and then she went live on her. That's another person y'all need to follow. If you haven't, go to Becca's channel, subscribe to her. She's been going live some on there. She did a bunch of giveaways there last weekend, gave away some Amazon gift cards and some rods, and Becca's awesome, y'all. Hell, look here now. Everybody's in the house, y'all. Riley Taylor has showed up now with $50. Thank you, Riley. Riley's another regular viewer here. Riley says, good morning, Justin. Hope you're doing well. I notice when I send some content cash, you either get the skunk out or another fish. So here goes for another round. Hope Roscoe is doing well. Use this to get a good steak for him. Thank you, Riley. You know, Riley, you say that. You say that comment there that I seem to get another fish. And I want you to look here. Well, I turned the, okay, right there. Look at that, Riley. Look at that. Look at that right there. Riley's like a daggone Nostradamus here, folks. Talking about giving me a donation and me getting a fish, and we're getting some taps. That must be a small one right there. It may, I'm gonna pick up on this thing, Riley. I think this one may have the business end. Nope, it's just hitting it. Down there chewing on it. I got some fish down here I'm marking. I've been marking fish all morning out here. But you can see it's 62 feet right off this ledge where this creek comes up in here. And I'm at the bottom of the drop. There's some fish there. They just chewing right now. Let me scroll back up there. Riley's conjuring up some fish for me. Thank you for that super chat there, Riley. Here's Stephen Griffin, $5. Thank you, Stephen. Kayak Catfish on live stream always makes a great morning. Catch us a whopper today. Sorry about Tennessee, but super excited for my Razorbacks. SEC. Thank you, Stephen. Hey, congrats to Arkansas, man. That was a heck of a win over Texas. Nobody predicted that one. I like to see them. Welcome to the SEC, Texas. Welcome. That's what you're going to get right there. Here's another one down here. Tom Inn's back with another $5. Said somebody got to make it rain. Thank you, Tom. Tom making it rain up in here today. Fins and Fines says saving my money for Fish-A-Wish. Those anglers vow to catch a lot of fish. Cost me a lot of money. Might have to work some overtime. That's right, y'all. Fins and Finds this weekend, it is at the 18th, Saturday, doing a charity YouTube fishing tournament for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So y'all check that out Saturday. Get on there early before the football games start. Fins and Finds YouTube channel. Got several big YouTubers on there going to be competing for a good cause. There's Catfish and Crappie in the house. What's going on, buddy? We got some dink taps going on here. I was wearing them out here earlier, and I went live and got the kiss of death here. Brandon the Catfish man says, we the people want a flathead. Me too, buddy. Me too. I'm wanting one out here. Got a few out here this morning, hoping to keep it going. Tim Zazinski's in the house. Good morning there, sir. Tom N, $5 said you should give Billy Hamilton a hook. I agree. Billy Hamilton does need a hook. I'm going to make that happen. Billy Hamilton, if you're still watching, Billy, are you there? Reach out to me, Billy. I'm going to do something for you. Give me a holler there. Email or Instagram, one of them social media sites. Get in touch with me. We're going to do something. Lord Almighty, you've given me like $800 in the last 2 weeks. I'll give you a daggone hook. Doing something for Becca too. Hey, Becca, check your email. I emailed you something yesterday. Doing something for Becca too. I can't tell you all what that is yet because it's taken a while. It's taken much longer than I anticipated. You know, it's the world we live in today. Things move at a snail's pace as far as getting stuff done. But definitely want to do something for Becca too. She's been a huge supporter of me and this channel, helping me moderate on here now. She's amazing. Okay, there's that. I lost my place again there, y'all. Here's Marcus Twainham. I may have butchered your name, Marcus. If I did, I'm sorry. He's here with $5. Thank you. He says, need a happy birthday shout out to Sammy Webb in Las Vegas, Nevada. Thanks, Justin. You're the best, man. Catch old cat daddy. Well, Marcus, thank you for the super chat. And Sammy Webb, happy birthday. Hope you have an awesome day. You're in Las Vegas. I know you're going to have a good time. Everybody has a good time in Vegas, unless you catch herpes. Don't catch herpes. You don't want to do that. That'll ruin your good time. But happy birthday nonetheless, Sammy. I've been to Vegas numerous times. I love it out there. It's an awesome place. Allison Goats. I may have butchered your name too, Allison. I'm sorry if I did. $5. Thank you for the super chat. It says, have you considered using a drone to look for school of fish? Also, could you explain how slot tournaments work for all of us newbie anglers? Well, the first question there is for the drone. I think it's a good tool to have, but I'd put $1,000 in the river, sure as the world. That's what would happen. I don't know how to fly them things. So I probably won't be adding one anytime soon. Well, we got dink taps going on up here, Allison. One of them fish needs to hook up. As far as how the slot tournaments work, I can explain how they used to work. It used to be our 5 fish closest to 32 inches without touching the line. So your goal, your max score was like 158 3/4 inches, I believe. And so your goal was to get as close to that maximum score as possible and get there as quickly as possible. They have stopped doing the slot tournaments though. So those are over and done with. They're not going to do those anymore. So, but that was how we used to do them. Here is Pull My Finger. Love the screen name. $5. Thank you. He says, this might buy you a new hook since you're selling all your others. Congrats on that, by the way. Hope you give one away. I can't outbid these other folks. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate the positive feedback from it. I've had some positive feedback and some negative feedback. You know how people are, but it's just a way, you know, for me to raise money. I feel like, you know, I'm going to try to maximize this and make as much as I can, and I ain't going to apologize to nobody for that, you know. I'm doing this for a job now as this fish dink taps me again. And the more income streams I can figure out to get outside of just YouTube ad revenue, the better off I'm going to be. So I'm going to be experimenting with stuff like that. Some things are a home run, and like the hooks have been a home run thus far, and some things like the private sponsorships have been questionable. You know, I did 2 things. Well, I've got my deal with Catfish Sumo. That's been awesome. That's an ongoing deal. But the one-off deals where companies will buy a 30-second spot in your video, some of them, I did one with Manscaped, which was awesome. They paid me the very next day. The other one I did with Bravo Sierra, it took me over a month to get paid. Numerous emails, having to jump through all these hoops, and I was like, you know, maybe that ain't something I want to do anymore with that stuff. Look right here, we about to get us a fish on this rod finally. He's dink tapped it enough. I think he's got himself hooked up actually here, folks. Yeah, we got us another one here. Pull my finger here, we got us a fish. Y'all remind me, that's where I left off at on the super chats. I know there was a couple more there I had. Oh, goodness gracious. Popped right off there. That's why. They sat down there and hit it numerous times and they messed up the hook on it. All right, that bait's going back down. It's still looking pretty good shape overall. I'm marking some fish down there, y'all. I mean, I'm seeing them on the graph. I'm telling you, first thing this morning, that morning bite, when I got out here about 7:45-ish. I mean, it was just one after another. And as soon as I go live, just kiss of death. We'll see if we get some more fish moving in, though. There's still some marks down there. There's still some fish here. We just got to coax them into biting. All right, let me see where I left off at here. I left off at Pull My Finger. Love that screen name. Okay, here we go. Jack Fishing TV's back with another $9.99. He says, my name is Jackson and just wanted to say you've inspired me to catch catfish. Any beginner tips? Well, thank you, Jackson. Thank you for the super chat. No, the best beginner tips I could give you would be to skip the store-bought baits. You know, a lot of people, they want to go to the chicken or, you know, the stink baits and stuff like that. Don't waste your time with it. Whatever bait you can legally use in your body of water and that's swimming naturally out there, catch that and use that. That will improve your odds greatly. That's the #1 biggest tip I could give you. Second thing I would say is try to put your baits where the fish are. So, you know, I don't know if you're fishing from the bank or the boat or whatever, but put yourself in high percentage areas, whether it be creeks in the fall, main channel ledges in the summer. You know, try to hit up those places where you're going to have a better chance of success. So, well, thank you for the super chat there, Jackson, man. I appreciate it. Jackson's a good man. Let me scroll on down. I think Billy Hamilton just hit me up again. Where's Billy Hamilton out there? Billy Hamilton, my God, he's back with another $80. He says, I drive a truck for a living, but I'll reach out to you on Instagram. All right, Billy. Well, thank you, man. Another $80. Hell, he's up to $480 today, y'all. Man, whew. Billy just making it rain on me today. I'm like one of them girls out there in Las Vegas. Not the mouses here down here, but out there in Vegas with them kind of dollars coming on me. Thank you so much, Billy. Lord, Dakota's had a message deleted here. We may have to block some people up in here this morning. Dakota Horn was hidden by catfish and crappie. Well, looks like Dakota, catfish and crappie, I hope you blocked him permanent. If you got a pest in here, somebody, you know, causing a ruckus and whatnot, kick them out and don't let them come back. That's how we roll on this channel. Look right here. Look right here, catfish and crappie. We got us one hooked up here, buddy. This fish here, he said, Billy Hamilton's giving me $480. This fish wanted to come up here and see who the heck Billy Hamilton is. This fish's excited about it. It's going to be another small, but at least it's a solid hookup. They've been down there just pecking on this rod. We lost that other one a minute ago. Oh my gosh, this fish here, look at it. He's as big as the bait. He's as big as the bait, y'all. Well, where my better quality fish. The last 2 fish I caught before I went live was 2 fun-sized blues. Both, I think one of them was like 33, 34 inches. The other one was bigger than that. And I'll be doggone, as soon as I go live, we stop getting bit. And then when we do, It's these little devils. We got to get back on the better quality fish, y'all. But there's another bite anyway. He gone. Let's get us another bait on. Get that slime off there. Cut us another chunk of this old skippy. Old skipjack. And skips was biting good last night, y'all. I went caught some off the bank. Broke a reel. That's where part of that super chat money's going to go today, y'all, is I got to replace a reel. I've got them Lose reels, speed spin, I think they are, spinning reels for my bait rods earlier this year. And I've left my scissors in the other kayak. Let me try to trim that off my pliers. But anyway, I got them spinning reels. Them things have been total junk. They've been grinding, you know, they need oil. I'm having to spray WD-40 on them all the time, keep them functioning. And last night I'm out there, I set the hook on a skipjack, and I broke the spinning reel off at the handle, like where it connects to the rod right there. Snapped that thing in half. Lost the skipjack, made a fool of myself, everybody watching out there on the bank. I said, you know what, I'm done. I'll never buy a Lose reel again, ever. I'm done with them. I've got a couple bait casting reels on my bass rods I'll still use till they tear up. With the quality I've seen out their spinning reels, probably won't take long. But I said never again. Anyway, enough of me griping there about Lose spinning reels. Don't buy Lose spinning reels, y'all. That's the best piece of advice I'll give you today. Don't buy the Lose spinning reels. Where'd I leave off here? Okay, there was Billy's comment. Tom N, $5. Thank you, Tom. He says, it takes people like Billy, Becca, and K&K Outdoors to make this channel exist. Thank you guys and anyone I missed for making this channel possible. Thank you, Tom. Yes, all three of those you mentioned and so many more really helps me out a lot, because I'll tell you something, and you know, people don't care about the business side of things. Ain't your all's problem, but I'll go ahead and tell you, because some people out there watching does have YouTube channels. Fishing channels on YouTube is very seasonal. It's a seasonal activity. You're gonna have a lot of good months in spring and summer, like your May, June, July, August. Once you get into fall through winter, views tank, ad rates tank. And so anything you can do to either maximize your money during the peak months or come up with other income streams through the slow months will go a long ways to helping you run a business. And these live streams have been a big help to me, because I make more on these live streams than I do on my regular videos anymore. So I'm grateful to every one of you who's helped me out. Where'd I go now? Okay, here we are with Tom N with another one, $5. Thank you, Tom. He says, thank you, Justin, for all your hard work. Awesome, awesome, awesome channel. Well, thank you, Tom. Dan Orr there with $1. Thank you, Dan. Dan's commented numerous times on this channel before. I bet he's having super chat problems where it's probably dropping his comment off there. I was going to scroll up and see if I could find it right quick, but I don't see it, Dan. That happens sometimes. Okay, I don't see Dan's comment there, so I'm sorry about that, Dan. Terry Penn says, I could have told you that. I've thrown two in Percy Priest Lake. They're junk. Yeah, I've always heard Lose reels are good, but them things started grinding as I'd be reeling in. You know, they'd just be feeling rough, and that happened pretty quickly on. And then I've just been hitting them with WD-40, you know, before every trip, just to try to get them functional. And that thing just snapped off at the handle last night. Here's Callie, K&K Fishing Adventures, back with $15. She says, I'm headed to Moon Lake this week for my video. Never fished there before, but it's where the North Dakota state record channel cat came from, 42 pounds. Wow, hoping to catch a kayak catfish size fish. Well, hey, Callie, thank you for that super chat. Good luck. That 42 pounds is a big channel cat. I hope you get it. That is a whopper of a channel cat. Here's Fred W. Says, any plans on carp fishing in the future? I don't know if they're a good winter fish to go after. I'm going to try to get after them again in the fall. Once our water level drops, I want to do it from the bank. That way I can keep my lines still. And so right now our water levels is so high up, you know, just from summer pool, and the banks are so overgrown, I can't really hit a lot of the places I'd like to. Chunky Cat's in the house. There's Elstan. We were just talking about you earlier there, Elstan. He says, good morning, Mr. Justin. Love your live streams. Thank you, Elstan. Y'all, if you haven't, check out Chunky Cat's Fishing. He goes live regularly. His system is a lot more dialed in than mine. He's good at it. I'm still learning the ropes of this live streaming stuff. Tyler Goes Fishing, $2. He says, keep up awesome fishing videos. Thank you so much, Tyler. Gordon Douglas, $5. He says, comment above this donation. Okay, well, let me find it there, Gordon. Okay, here it is, Gordon. He says, looking at your chart, here's $20 to slide down to the middle of that hole you're on. Believe there's a big one on there. Prayers for Roscoe. Well, I'll tell you what, Gordon. Why not? You talked me into it, Gordon. I'm sitting here. For those of you just tuning in, up here at the top here, the drop up here is about 48 feet. Old creek channel, comes down. I came out here on one day last week. You'll see the video coming up this week. Set up at the top of the drop for an hour or so, couldn't buy a fish. I mean, I thought, oh, this sucks out here today, I ain't getting a video. Moved out here just off to the top of where this creek comes in, right above a little hole here. I set up there last week, instantly started getting bit. Just boom, 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 boom. So I come out here today, moved right to the spot where I got bit last time. Instantly getting bit. Flatheads, blues, boom, boom, boom. And I thought, okay, I've got a video filmed. Let's just go live. Now the bite's kind of slacked off. So I'm going to take Gordon's advice here. And we're just going to come off spot lock, and we're just going to move on back. We're just going to slide back on this hole just a little bit. We're going to get just a few feet deeper here. I'm inclined to believe as active as fish were when I got out here, I think some of these fish may have moved up shallow. I think they may have went up. I could be wrong, I don't know. I'm wrong all the damn time according to the women in my life. Let me get myself turned around here, y'all. I'll get back to the comments. I'm trying to spin around my line here without running over it. We don't want to see me get a line in my prop this morning. That would make for a video that none of us wants to see. Some of you might want to see it. I don't want to see it out here this morning. I don't want to be dealing with no line in my prop at this hour. But yeah, I'm going to slide on back in this hole at Gordon's request. Una momenta, y'all. Una momenta. We're making progress here. This ain't a very big hole right here. This hole just it's sitting here right at the bottom of where this old creek channel come in. And y'all know me, I love fishing some creek channels. If I can find an old creek bed that was here before they flooded all this to make a reservoir, I'll fish every last one of them, and dang near all of them will have fish working through at some point in time. This area here, I mean, I've hit it 2 videos in a row here that you'll see coming up, but it's not an area that I have hit a lot. I don't have a lot of history down here. Yeah, I'm about in the middle of this hole here now, according to Navionics. I'm about 64 feet here now, so we'll go ahead and spot lock down here again, and I'll go ahead and lower my baits down a little further too. A second here. Yeah, we're about 64 feet here. All right, Gordon. Gordon Douglas, everybody. We've moved on his request here. Just sliding on down a smidge. Let me get our baits lowered down. Again, for y'all tuning in late, I got 2 live baits on my back rods. I've got green sunfish and bluegill. My front 2 rods have pieces of cut skipjack. This morning, before I went live, I got fish on both the live and cut bait. My biggest fish was a flathead, a little over 40 inches. Caught it on cut bait. I caught some more flatheads on live and cut bait. And I had some blues. So it's kind of been it was a good bite this morning until I went live. And I jinxed myself, but that happens. What can you do? All you can do is put your baits down there, and we'll sit here a spell. I'm inclined to believe, as active as morning as it was, I think them fish may have moved on up a little shallower. All right, let me move up here to find Gordon's comment. All right, there he is. So let me scroll on back down. We got Appalachian Fishing for $5. Oh, here's his comment. He says, "Good luck, man. Hope you get a big one." Well, thank you, Appalachian Fishing. Appreciate that super chat. There's Gordon Douglas. He says, $20. Here you go. Thank you, Gordon. You're a good man. Billy Hamilton, he says, "Sorry to bother you, Justin. What's your name on Instagram?" Kayak Catfish. At Kayak Catfish on there. You can search that on any platform I'm on. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. John Klusner says, "Any plans for a blooper video? Surely you have enough content." I feel like every day I fish is a blooper video, John. Every day. John Ott says, "Maybe the live curse, but at least we got to hang out with you." Yeah. Hopefully things going to pick up here, y'all. I'll tell you, y'all see the video coming out here next week, but I had a great morning before I went live. That's how it goes. I'm tempted to come back out here. I'd scheduled a live stream for tomorrow morning, and I'm tempted to come back out here and go live in the morning. I don't know if I'd have any interest or not with people wanting me to see go live 2 days in a row. I don't know if there'd be interest there or not, but I'd be willing to do it. We got 532 people watching here, 51 minutes into the stream. Got $975 in super chats. You all are amazing. Thank you to everybody who has donated this morning. Thank you to all my moderators who are working free of charge to keep the comment box looking pretty for me. There's one of my moderators right there, Becca. I appreciate that, y'all. You know, my moderators, you know, in addition to weeding out the trash and stuff that sometimes shows up in these chat boxes, another thing they do that really helps me out and I'm grateful for is they get down there and interact with people in the chat box. You know, when this comment box is scrolling, when you got this many people in there, it's hard for me to get to everybody's comment. I'm going to miss people. I'm just going to overlook it. Not trying to, I just can't. It ain't possible for me to get to every single comment. And so them being down there in the chat box and stuff, it's a big help to me. I'm grateful that they're down there interacting with people. Really, it's a big help. Here's 217 Rebel Outdoors, $10. Thank you. He says, "Been a sub for a while. I love the content. Keep it up. Keep them lines tight. You're one of the reasons I started doing the YouTube game." Well, hey, thank you, man, and good luck with your channel there. Y'all check out 217 Rebel Outdoors there on the YouTube. Greg Flint says he would move up shallow when the bite stops in the channel. I mean, we're going to give, Gordon wanted me to fish deeper in this hole here, so we'll give it a little time down here, but yeah, I'm with you. I may move up there to the top of the drop here if we don't start getting bit down here where I'm at. Art Pulley says, "Thank you for taking the time to make these videos. Really enjoy them. Maybe you can make a trip to Missouri sometime." Well, thank you, Albert. Albert Pulley. I may have misspelled your name there. Mispronounced. I can't say a damn thing today, Albert. I'm struggling out here today, y'all. Callie says she'd watch a live 2 days in a row. Well, we'll see. We'll see if I get some interest in it. I may go live tomorrow, y'all. Jared O says, "Justin, could you raffle off the next Gollywhopper hook? $5 a ticket. Give us poor folk a chance." Jared, I would love to do that. And that would be I would like to do that for a couple reasons. First off, like you said, it gives everybody a fair chance, I feel like, if you do a raffle. The second thing it does is it would ultimately raise more money for me. I really believe I'd get more money on the raffle than what I can on the eBay auctions. The problem is YouTube. It's a, what do you call it? The terms of service that you have to agree to when you're on YouTube. You cannot raffle stuff. I know some channels do it, but they're risking their whole channel over it to do it because it is against their rules. If you do a giveaway on YouTube, it has to be free entry. You've got to have your description. Your video description has to state the rules. You have to have a privacy policy stating how you're going to share their private information, their address and all that. There's a lot of hoops you got to jump through. And so I'm not willing to risk that in order to do it. I wish I could, but I don't want to take the risk on here. Thank you for your interest though. I appreciate it, man. I've had a lot of positive feedback from the hooks and stuff, and it really surprised me how much some of these hooks are going for. I should have saved the hook from this morning there, the big flathead. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. That's a great idea. I will see. I got to remember which. Oh, I know which bait it hit. He hit this one up here. This rod right here was the one I caught my big flathead on this morning. What I will do before I leave today, I will snip this leader. And Billy Hamilton, he's giving me $480 out here today. I was going to send him a hook. I'll send him that one. That'll be the one I'll do. That way he'll have a nice hook there. Sometimes, I don't want to do these hooks. I don't want to do just random hooks. I want it to be memorable fish or unique fish or stuff like that. If somebody buys something, I want it to be something they can put on a shelf and go to that video and say, hey, that was a really cool catch or a really big fish or something like that. Where'd I leave off at? I got to rambling on, y'all, and okay, there's where I left off at. I think it was Tom in with $5. He said, made a video of holy catfish. I'll post a link to your Facebook page. Oh, I remember seeing something about that on your TikTok there, Tom. Yeah, thank you for that super chat. We got Kayak Catfish, $1, but says message retracted. Well, where the heck did it go? I don't know where it went, Kayak Catfish. I'll keep an eye out there. Here's Natasha Farmer, $2. She says, she says, excuse me, my kids love watching you, Aiden, Dakota, and Little John. Well, shout out to Aiden, Dakota, and Little John. Thank you all for watching. That's awesome. I got something going on here in my neck. I got a bug crawling on me, y'all. There's old pro moderator, Eric Thomason. We've done fired you about 3 times already today, Eric. Lee Leonard says, I would too. That is a 2-day live. Yeah, I may go live tomorrow, y'all. I don't know. Wormy says, please don't break your line on that hook now. Oh, you know what, Gary? You know what? I did break. Gosh, dang it. I just remembered that. You just jogged my memory there, Wormy. I broke off that hook in the video there. Gosh, dang it. The hook that caught that big flathead this morning, y'all gonna see this coming up in a recent video. I can't give that hook to Billy Hamilton because on the last fish I caught, right before I went live, it was a fun size blue, and he started thrashing around the surface and he broke my hook off. It was on that hook that I'd caught the flathead earlier. Shoot. Dang, you just jogged my memory on that, Gary. Well, I just got Billy Hamilton all excited for nothing, y'all. Dadgummit. Justin Statham, he says, have you ever had a giant fish break you off? Well, I've had small fish break me off, Justin. It happened earlier today. Broke off Billy Hamilton's hook there. Here's the Flatty Daddies, $10. He says, love your videos, Justin. You've write me through I think there's a mispronounced word there, or a typo. Me a lot through the years. I bet he meant to say you've taught me a lot through the years. It's awesome that you have gotten to the point that you can use your skills to earn a living from fishing. Well, thank you. Yeah, it's a real blessing to get to do what I'm doing out here. I appreciate that. Catfish and Crappie says, put the broken luge reel up forbidden, call it Kayak Catfish Monster Tested. Well, if I didn't break it in half on a small skipjack, I could probably do that. It wasn't even a big fish that broke that reel. Here's Bumblebee Junction, $5. He says, opening bid on Justin's flip-flops. Hey, you never know what people are going to buy. There's some people with foot fetishes out there. They might buy them flip-flops. I might get a whole different audience if I start selling them. Here's EB Fishing, $2. It says, hey, Justin, how could I be a moderator? I have to go in and approve all that, click a button for the moderation there. Hopefully got enough moderators on here now. I think I've got enough people that pretty much anytime I'm live, there's somebody down there moderating. Gordon Douglas, are you still watching? I moved on down in this hole, y'all, and now I ain't even getting the dink taps. I'll tell you what I want to do, y'all. It's going to require me moving again. I want to go up and try out the top of this drop. I got 494 people watching. You think I'd have about 300 left if I reeled these lines in and moved? It'll take me a few minutes to do that. I'm telling you, y'all, I know it's, again, the kiss of death when you go live, but when I got out here this morning, it was one rod after another going down. I mean, I had first hour and a half out here this morning. Before I went live, I've got a video. Y'all see it coming up probably somewhere between 30 and 45 minutes once I get it edited. I mean, it was just a lot of fish. And as soon as I go live, it's like they've moved on, and I don't know where they've went. Did they go up, down? Did they move up on the shallows? It was a real aggressive bite. So they might have moved up, possibly. Here's Tom in, $5. Says, looks like YouTube won't let you type out TikTok on the super chat. Yeah, man, they're pretty strict on that, I'd say. TikTok is a competitor to YouTube right now. YouTube is doing the YouTube Shorts, which is basically a play on TikTok. And so I would say they don't like the competition. None of these social media sites like each other. They're all competing for attention. Terry Spence says, do it, move. Let's do it, man. Let's reel in. Terry's gonna talk me into it, y'all. We're gonna reel up and go sit up here at the top of the drop. It's about 46, 48 feet up there. I just want to see what's going on up there. These fish, they didn't move to overseas on me. They didn't move to Europe. They still here somewhere. We're gonna find them. Try to anyway. I can't be just catching 2 small fish on the live stream now, especially after I built it up about how I was having such a great morning. Thank goodness I got video proof. Nobody would believe me. I'm gonna probably switch out these live baits too when we move, because these things are probably, I don't know, that sunfish there, he's still doing pretty good. We'll maybe drop him back down. Them green sunfish do really good on the hook. They're a lively bait and tolerate the hook well. I went out and got them yesterday morning. I filmed an ultralight video while I was out there. I don't know if I posted it or not, though. It was, well, not one of my better days on commentary. Some days you got it, some days you don't. Here's our bluegill. He's still okay too, I guess. We'll end up dropping him back down. All right. Where's my remote at? Terry, we moving. So what I'm gonna do, y'all, this might be an educational opportunity for those of you new to reading maps and stuff. So what I'm doing here, right now I'm at the bottom of this ledge, right? And it's fixing to come up here pretty sharp. And so I'm gonna just get over here, start making my way up this ledge, and I'm going to get in the old creek bed, the old original creek bed that flowed out of here. Everything's open and wide open here right now. And it looks like it was a huge creek, right, if you just looked at it now. But this area was flooded when they made the reservoir. The actual creek channel that was here before they did all that wasn't very big. It wasn't very deep. It wasn't very wide. But those creek channels, when you find them, they're money. Fish use those as paths in and out of the shallows. And so if you can find those old creek beds, if they're not silted in, you can oftentimes put yourself right in the path of fish. I have caught so many big fish doing that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get up here. You can see X marks the spot there. If I've got an X there, I've caught a big fish there before. And so we're gonna start making our way up this ledge now. I'm just moving slowly here to show you on the screen. So our depth's gonna start coming up pretty sharp. And I'm gonna make my way over here. And we're gonna find that old creek bed. I've got the Navionics chip here in my graph. Pretty helpful. If Navionics or any lake map, if you've got a chip, Humminbird makes one too. I can't remember the name of it. But, you if you've got that chip and it's accurate for the area you fish, it's a great tool to have while you're on the water. There's some phone apps out there too, if you don't have the chip for your graph. So now we're up to 46 feet here. When I get over here in this creek channel, it's going to drop back off a little bit. But these fish, here's just some smaller marks here as we come up. We're just going to get in that old creek channel and see what happens. If them fish did move up shallow, we'll be sitting where we need to be when they come back out. Yeah. All right, so I've come up here to the top of the drop, and now you see where this is dropping off over here? That's because I'm turning back into that creek channel. You see, we just went off to 49 feet again. So over here, shallower, shallower, then you've got the creek bed. And so here's where I'm at. We're just gonna go ahead and hit the spot lock right about, I'm gonna get right on top of that X right there. If I got an X, I've caught a big fish there before. I don't just mark spots at random. All right, we just hit the spot lock. Let's get our baits back down there. This thing here, I'll tell you what, let's do. This skipjack head, look at it. It's been chewed up down there. I'm gonna switch that out. I'm gonna switch both them cut baits out. Before we drop them back down, we'll get fresh pieces on. I'm gonna drop this green sunfish down. We'll get our live baits down. I'll cut another skipjack and we'll get back to business. I started out at the bottom of the drop here this morning when I come out here because that's where I got on the fish the last time out. And I'd gotten 4 flatheads on that trip. And so I wanted to come out here today with some live baits and some fresh cut bait and just see if I could get back on some flatheads, and I did right away. But they seem to have moved, and so we're going to just try to get back on them here. All right, let's get us another skipjack here out the cooler. I may go back out this evening. If I end up going live tomorrow, I'll probably need to go out evening and get some more skipjack just to make plenty for tomorrow. And y'all, if I do go live tomorrow, it'll be at 7:30 in the morning. We'll go early. That way we can take advantage of a morning bite if there is one. I'm gonna just switch these baits out right quick. That thing, we were getting dink tap there pretty consistently there for a few minutes. They just chewed that thing up. All right, there goes that bait down. Skipjack head to the depths, 49 feet. So yeah, y'all, so right up here in front of us and right over here beside us, you're looking at about, 44, 45 feet. And then you go down into that creek channel, which I'm in right now, you get 49 feet. So, back in the day, that creek was probably, 4 or 5 feet deep when it dumped out here into the main river channel. And so you got a nice little path for fish to follow as they make their way out of the main channel and up into the shallows to feed. And I love those paths. When I find places like that, I fish them and I catch fish on just about all of them. Now, places like this, these creek mouths and such, the old ones, spring and fall is when I do my best at those places. But, here we are now. We're middle September. We're getting into that time of year. We're still going to be hot today. Our water temp today, surface temp still 79 degrees, but this creek mouth bite ain't never a bad time to fish a creek mouth like this, but it's going to start to pick up a lot more as we get on into fall. All right, y'all, let me dry my hands off here. We back in business again. We'll see how many people I lost while I moved. Hell, we're still at 546. I didn't lose anybody. I added some people while we moved. All right, so we're at 69 minutes. We've got our baits in. We'll see if we can catch some here. Let me scroll up here and see how many super chats I've missed. Okay, there was the one I left off on from Tom. We got Jason Cook, $5. He says, what fish finder do you recommend? Thank you, Jason. I don't really recommend any of them, to be honest with you. They're all about the same as far as quality goes, as far as the price points. Humminbird, Lowrance, the Raymarine, Garmin. If you buy a $250 graph, you're going to get the same comparable quality amongst all of them. Or a $500 graph, you're going to get the same comparable quality. So for me, my graph here, this is just a Raymarine Dragonfly 5. It's an older model. I bought it from Eric Romines. He won it in a raffle. It's got the depth. It's got my Navionics chip. That's all I need. If I was going to spend a lot of money on a graph, I'd get a live scope, because those things look pretty cool. Lord, I took my finger off the screen. There it is. Okay. Now we're at Barry Black, $5. Thank you, Barry. He says, love the show. You go live tomorrow. Let everyone know in advance. Well, I'll tell you what, Barry, let's just plan it. Let's plan it right now. We're going live tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. We're going to go live as soon as I get out here in the morning. 7:30, we'll have enough daylight to be able to see here. So I'll make, once I get done here today on this live stream, I'll plan tomorrow's live stream. I'll go ahead and put the announcement out there. Thank you for your interest, Barry. We'll try to go live 2 days in a row. I don't know how it'll work out. We'll see if we get some views. I'd rather go live. I don't have to do no editing when I go live. I used to not like going live because I always feel like I'm gonna screw up, say something stupid, and get myself fired on here, you know, have YouTube cancel me. But now that I've kind of gotten into it, it's like, once I'm done, I'm done. I don't have to edit when I get home. I don't have to do no thumbnails and, you know, all that process. It's easy on me to go live. Let's see where we're at here. Every time I take my finger off this screen. Okay, here's Tom in. He says, $5. He says, I'm not going anywhere. Love this live feed stuff. It's real world reality fishing. Makes me feel somewhat normal. Well, thank you, Tom. Look at Billy Hamilton back again with a super sticker. $20. Billy's hit me up for $500 today, y'all. Billy Hamilton put me over $1,000 on this stream. Unbelievable. Billy Hamilton, man. I thought I had another one pop up on here too. I don't want to miss it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. That's Callie back. K&K Fishing Adventures. Check Eric Thompson's comment. Let me see if I can find it, Callie. I'm having trouble seeing my screen. Can y'all see me? May just be the lighting out here today or something. Let me turn this way. I may have some. Y'all bear with me. I'm about to clean the screen up there. Can you see me now? I still can't see you all. I didn't do a dang bit of good for me. Let me go back and find Callie. I'm sure Eric's got something smart enough to say. That's Pro Moderator. No, it's Eric Thompson. There's Eric Thompson on here. Says, I'm a big fan. I'm 16 and will always look up to you. Thank you, Eric. Pro Moderator's name is Eric Thomason. We got a lot of Erics with close names here. I didn't know who she was referring to there. Well, Eric Thompson, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Callie. Thanks for pointing that out. Here's Kayak Catfish, $5. He says, thank you for that. He says, could you give my two boys, Finley and Oakley, a shout out? We're headed on our last flathead trip of the season next week. We love your show. Well, Finley, Oakley, here's your shout out. Thanks for watching and good luck on your flathead trip. I hope y'all catch the monsters. I got Becca still here moderating for me. Thank you, Becca. Corey Fresnelli says he runs a Garmin on his Old Town and a Lowrance on his big boat. Here's Eric, says he loves the live streams. He'll be there tomorrow if I go live. Yeah, we're going to go live 7:30 in the morning there. Y'all have talked me into it. Catfish and Crappie says, you're 5 of 5, Justin. Looks good. Well, I like to think I'm a 10, Catfish and Crappie, but, you know, everybody's got their own opinions. Here's Bumblebee Junction, $5 is the live scope fund. Would love to be able to see what you see in detail. Give now, give often. Well, thank you. I may get a live scope. I was on the fence about it. Here's my thing with the live scopes. Okay, it's an awesome tool. I have no doubt that it's very effective, obviously, for the crappie fishing. It's changed the game in crappie fishing. But for the type of fishing that I do, I don't know if it would improve my fishing. I know it would improve me catching bait and crappie for sure. But for catfishing, I don't know that it would really improve things for me. The other thing is, I look at the amount of time it will take me to edit the videos, because to do a live scope video, the people who do it the best have a camera that's dedicated to the live scope. They're filming their screen so that you can see what's going on their screen as they're presenting their bait and reeling in the fish, etc. That's a lot of work. My hat's off to those guys who do it. That really adds to the time it takes to edit a video and put out the content. And so I wonder, it's like, am I going to get an increase in views and ad revenue income to justify the extra time that it's going to take me to do the videos, if that makes sense? So that's kind of been my hang up. I would go buy one today if I thought it would help me catch more fish and it wouldn't be such a pain for the editing. So that's my live scope thought process, y'all. I'll tell you something, y'all. I am having a really hard time seeing this screen. I don't know what's up. Aaron Thomas says, please no live scope. See, Aaron don't want me to have live scope, y'all. Aaron likes things the way they are. Here's Daniel Zelia. I can't say it, but he wants a shout out to his beautiful wife, Carla. Carla, thanks for tuning in today. Daryl Smith says, sure wish I could afford to donate, but my income is limited. Been sick since 2013. I'm sorry to hear that, Daryl. Don't worry about not donating. I mean, I appreciate everybody who does donate, but y'all, I mean, I get ad revenue from this stuff, so don't ever feel like you have to donate to me. I'm just happy to have you here. Oh, here's Catfish and Crappie. He says, I've used a friend's live scope for the first time this weekend. Great for crappie and bait, catfish not so much. Yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on it, you know, because the way I fish, you know, I'm working the edges of channels and main channel edges and stuff, and I'm like, having a live scope ain't going to change my approach. It ain't going to change how I do things. And it's like, the only thing I could maybe see, I got to get my glasses, y'all. I can't see a daggone thing. The fog has started to burn off. Let me get my glasses on. Now I won't be able to see the screen probably. But, you know, with the live scope, the one thing I did think about as far as how I fish is like, if I'm working a ledge and I'm drifting or I'm trolling, I keep my speed generally about a half a mile an hour, because that's where I get the bulk of my bites, half a mile an hour or less. When I go at speeds faster than that, my bites go way down. And so I thought with the live scope, one thing I might be able to do would be increase my speed, like get on the edge of a channel, go 1-2 miles an hour up through there, and be looking at the live scope, looking at myself coming up on fish. And then when I spotted fish on the live scope, slow way down and present baits how I normally would. And so like a lot of times, you know, if I'm drifting or trolling, working a ledge, I'll have down stretches or downtime where I might go, you know, 30 minutes, an hour or more, where you're just drifting along and not getting a bite. There's just no fish there at that particular time. I think a live scope has potential to decrease your downtime just by being able to go at faster speeds. But again, as far as how I would present a bait to a fish, nothing's really going to change with the live scopes. I don't know if it's beneficial for catfish or not. I think some more people will start using it, and I'm curious to see their success or failures with it when it happens. I got another super chat popping up here, y'all. Where'd it go? Nomad Fisherman, $4.99. It says, good morning from your neighbor to the north in Kentucky. We'll be on my Hobie this evening going for a flathead, hoping for a video-worthy trip. Well, hey, thank you for the super chat and good luck tonight. I appreciate that. Hope you catch a big one. Ronnie Carrasco says, Justin, my birthday is tomorrow. Catch a big happy birthday early, Ronnie. You're going to have a special day there tomorrow. Kathy Adamson's from New Mexico, y'all. What's going on, Kathy? Upstate Angler says, live scope, would it be good for the ultralight video? It would definitely improve. I might actually be able to catch a crappie if I had a live scope. It might help with that, but it would sure add to the time that I'd be editing, which would probably make me want to do less ultralight fishing. Jeff Gibbs says, how about them Vols? Yeah, how about them, Jeff? Whew. Rough weekend. Here's Gordon Douglas back with $5. He says, here's a donation for Daryl Smith tuning into the channel. Hey, thanks, Gordon. That's nice of you to do that for Daryl. I appreciate that. You know something about Daryl Smith? I know another guy named Daryl Smith. And I'd actually went on a trip down to Alabama with him last year. When this Daryl Smith has been commenting, I thought I have been talking to the other Daryl Smith. We've had a case of mistaken identity between two Daryls, y'all. Here's Fishing and Freedom, $5. He says, first time watching you live, really enjoying, won't be the last. Well, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. And hey, if you're enjoying it, tune back in tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. I'm going to go live again in the morning. They've talked me into it here. So we're going to go live again. Probably come out here. Y'all hit me up with some feedback. I don't know. We can go live here. There's another hole on upriver from here a little ways. We can go live. I've got cell phone service here. Obviously enough to go live without buffering. So I know the bite has kind of slacked off here in the last hour since I went live. But again, this morning before I went live, it was on. And I got a really good flathead and some other nice fish. So I'm tempted to come back out here and go live tomorrow from the same spot and just be out here ready for the morning bite. Here's Catfish and Crappie, $5. He's paying me to be a moderator on here, y'all. He says, have a great day, Justin. Heading out to do some work, then get bait. See you here in the morning. Have a great day. Hey, thank you, Catfish and Crappie. Thank you for moderating for me. Thank you for the super chat. Hope you have a great day. Michael, he's taking a shot at the Packers, man. The Packers, Aaron Rodgers doo-dooed in the bed last night. That was awesome. I don't really care for Aaron Rodgers that much. I had to, right now, y'all, I'm playing in a Survivor League. And so what that is you pick a team to win, no point spread. They just got to win outright. Now, if you win, if your team wins, you move on to the next week. If they lose, you're out. It's one chance and you're done. Now, last night I took the Rams. That was my team to win. And so they won. I move on to next week. But the catch with it is the rest of the season, I can't pick the Rams anymore. Got to pick a different team each time. And so 2 years ago, I won. Won the whole league. Won like 400 something bucks. It was great. Well, last year, I got cocky. I went out in week 1. So yesterday, I took the Rams. I was like, the Rams, Chicago ain't beating them. That's a sure thing. I ain't gonna get knocked out in week 1 again. So I like my football. Playing in the Survivor League. Hopefully, I'll last a while. I ain't looked at next week's games yet. I don't know who I'm gonna pick for next week. Let me scroll on down here. Make sure I didn't miss any super chats. I think I'm caught up on those there. Where are we at with this? Gosh almighty, we're over $1,000. We got 507 people watching, 84 minutes into the stream. I can't see the thumbs up, so I got the glare here. I'm struggling. I got me. And here's the thing, too, tomorrow, y'all. I mentioned earlier in this stream, I got a microphone to use in my live stream. It's sitting on a kitchen counter at the house right now because I'd planned on going live tomorrow, not today. So we're going to have better microphone experience tomorrow, hopefully. I've also got a different pair of glasses sitting on my kitchen counter that's not polarized, so I can be able to see the screen and protect my eyes from the sun. So tomorrow's going to be a better live stream experience, folks. Uh-oh, Bumblebee says I missed his last super chat. I'm sorry, Bumblebee. Hang on. Let me scroll up here. Let me find it. Oh, here it is. Here it is, Bumblebee. I'm sorry. He says, live scope compromise. What about a Go Fish or similar underwater camera so we can see the fish take the bait? I haven't heard of Go Fish. I'd heard of the Water Wolf. I think they quit making those. I'll look into that. What was the name of it again there? Let me find it again. Go Fish? Where'd it go? Where'd your comment go, Bumblebee? Go Fish. I'm making a mental note of that. Right? I'm going to look into that. I wanted to do some of that, but, you know, I normally fish the deep. I don't know how well it's going to show up down there to deeper depths. I'd be interested in trying it, though. Here's Tom in, $5. He said, I wouldn't mess with live scope. No need in fixing what isn't broke. Love this channel the way it is. I'm kind of the same mindset, Tom. Sometimes I think it's best. The best fishing you can do is the simplest. You know, just keep it simple. You know, it's less hassle. You have success. Every time I complicate things, I make more trouble for myself and I don't get the results. Here's Green Machine Outdoors. He ought to be teaching some children this morning. But he's been Dan, Green Machine Outdoors, y'all, caught a 51-inch blue cat over the weekend. Took everybody's money again in the tournament. That's what he does. We just ought to call him Money Taker because he takes it every time he signs up. But caught an absolute monster this weekend. Y'all check him out, Green Machine Outdoors. This sun, I'm going to have to reposition myself here, y'all. Got the sun coming behind. It was foggy as all get out this morning. Y'all will see it when the regular edited video comes out. But it was super foggy. You couldn't see nothing. Now the sun's come up. It's burning the fog off. I'm going to have to turn around here so I can read these comments and hopefully do it without a glare. John Peters says, have you fished Nolan Lake? Never heard of it, buddy. Don't know where it's at. Bill Jediah, man stuff perfect, bud. Don't sweat. I don't know. Must be a private conversation going on there. Brian Jacobs says, were you a Peyton Manning fan? Absolutely. Absolutely. Still a Peyton Manning fan. I wish he was still playing. I ain't got nobody to root for anymore. We ain't had a Tennessee player worth a damn in so long. They ain't nobody worth watching the NFL. Hard times being a Tennessean. Here's Evelyn. Evelyn's in the house, says she's going to be here tomorrow. I appreciate that. Barry Black, he says the Browns are looking pretty good this year, yeah. Fun fact about the Cleveland Browns, y'all. Their owner, the Haslams, is the biggest donor at Tennessee football. Because the Haslams own Pilot gas stations. They're rich, they're loaded and all that. And it's a coincidence that the Cleveland Browns and Tennessee football both have been a dumpster fire for the last 20 years. Funny coincidence how that works. But the Haslams got a lot of money. I shouldn't be knocking them. They may want to support me at some point in time. I could use a gas sponsor. Uh-oh, wait a minute here. Here's Danimals. Danimals Creations Ventures says, you missed my last super chat. I wanted to give but couldn't, but I gave a thumbs up and enjoying time with you, Justin. Well, hey, I'm sorry I missed your last super chat. Let me scroll up there and find it. Well, I'm glad I saw your comment there. I'm sorry if I've missed some super chats, y'all. May have happened when I moved spots. I was indisposed there for a while. I had my camera turned around the other way while I was moving and lowering baits and all that. I'm sorry I missed it, buddy. Let me scroll back down now here, make sure I didn't miss any more. Here's Tom back with another $5. He's making it rain on me, these $5 bills today. He says, reminder to all of you Texas viewers, like myself, 7:30 a.m. Tennessee is 6. Hey, that's true. Yeah, I need to be better about that. Eastern time tomorrow, 7:30 Eastern time. Hey, here's Mike Leiter in the house, everybody. $10. Thank you, Mike. Hey, he says, late again this week. Work is getting me on Mondays. Bad loss for UT. Hope you've been catching them this morning. Well, thank you, Mike. I'll tell you something, Mike. I had an awesome morning until I went live. I was catching them one after another. Big flatheads, some fun-sized blues. Great morning. And I thought, I'm going to go live. And I said, I wrapped up the filming portion of this morning. I was told, well, y'all see it when it comes out. I was like, I'm on a bunch of fish. I got a long video already. Let me just go live. And now that I've went live, I've caught, I think, 2 dinks so far. It's been a disaster since I went live. I'll tell you, it's the live stream jinx. We're going to go live first thing in the morning, though. We'll see if we can get that morning bite again. Here is pure catfish, $4.99. What have I missed? Any big fish or bloopers? You ain't missed much today, buddy. 2 small dinks thus far since I went live. 2 small fish in an hour and a half. We've had hard times. So far, I was at the bottom of the ledge, moved down into a hole. Now I'm at the top. We're going to give it a little while here. And we may get out there and just troll. We may get out there and troll that ledge before it's said and done. Where are we at here? We got Gordon Douglas back with $5. He says, Go Fish has an infrared IR light. You can see as clear as game cameras. That's interesting. Thank you for that, Gordon. I'm going to check them out. I'm going to check out them Go Fish cameras. I'll look into them. If they're not outrageously priced, I may just go ahead and get one and put it down there. I hope the battery on, that's another concern about dropping a camera down on my line, is these camera batteries on the action cameras, they die. 30 minutes, 45 minutes, they're done. So I'm going to have to be constantly reeling in my baits, to change out batteries and stuff. Epic Catfish, the Saturday's bite was decent, Sunday's was terrible. Hey Justin, this is Joe Clements. Hey Justin, do you ever get to Alabama? I live on Logan Martin. I'm planning on getting down there some. I gotta get stuff straightened out with my dog and all that. I can't be gone a long period of time right now. But I'm going to do some traveling here and probably in the fall and the winter. Mike Hernandez Bates says, I like the live videos, but prefer your edited videos because real-time fishing is too much talking. Yeah, everybody likes their own thing. I'm the same way, and I watch people's live streams. I'm like, this is dull. My live streams are awful too, especially the downtime. When you edit a video from a trip, you can put everything together and there's always action and stuff. But, this is real world fishing. This is real world catfishing right here. There's downtime sometimes. Sometimes you're on a hot bite and it's one fish after another. And sometimes you get periods of time like right now where you can't hardly buy a fish. Let me scroll on down. I can't remember what the time was when we got up here at the top of the drop. I may move. Again, these fish didn't pack their bags and head to Alabama. They still here somewhere. We just got to figure out where they at. There's Dan still in my chat box. He must be on his lunch break or something. I don't know what time it is. It's after 11 o'clock. What time is it here? 11:03. I'll probably go live till 11:30, 11:45, y'all. I can't stay out too late today because, again, my mom, she's there at the house with the dog and stuff, and so I can't be out too late today. But we'll go live here for a little. There's Dan. He says 20 minutes to stuff my face, then it's back to prison. Yeah, Dan's a school teacher, y'all. He's up there with the children. He's a better person than me. I ain't much on, I couldn't be a classroom full of children all day. Hey, Palmetto Cats is in the house. What's going on, Kevin? Kevin went live the other night, got a big fish on his live stream. We got 476 people watching here at the hour-and-a-half mark, y'all. We got $1,100 in super chats. Freaking amazing. I can't see the thumbs up. I think it's 300 and something there. There's a smudge on the screen. And with the glare, I can't see it. I'm sure I've got some thumbs ups there. There's Bumblebee. He says, looks like 4 hours runtime on the Go Fish. That's surprising. It must be a big battery. I'll be curious to see if you can actually get those kind of run times. Here's Bud Brutus, y'all. 1999. He says, I'm late, but here now. Well, thanks for showing up, Bud. And Bud, and for everybody else that's tuning in late, plan tomorrow is, they've talked me into it, going to go live in the morning, 7:30 Eastern time. Going to get out here for the morning bite. Had an awesome morning bite this morning. It seems to have petered out about the time I went live, but I had 2 hours this morning of awesome fishing. So we're going to try to take advantage of the morning bite tomorrow. Let me just make sure I didn't miss one there in between Bud's comment. Here is a question from, I had it and lost it. Where did it go? William Sharp, there it is. What life jacket do you use? This one here is an Old Town Lure PFD. It's a pretty nice life jacket. I had an Astral V8 before this. I liked it too. Both of them's pretty good quality. They got a high back, so when you're in the kayak, you don't get the seat rubbing on it and stuff. Hey, Dan, Green Machine Outdoors. I just reminded myself here, well, I seen your name pop up. I'm going to send you them stickers. I'm going to send them to you this week. They're supposed to be here today. I ordered them whenever you messaged me the other day, I ordered them then, and so they should be here in time. Willis, I'm sorry, y'all, tomorrow, I'm going to have my non-polarized glasses and a microphone, but Willis Cops says, love the channel. My wife jokes about a bromance. That's awesome. He's from Lake Havasu, Arizona. Daniel Duran in the house. Exhale says, Justin, have you ever been ice fishing? No, I ain't much on cold weather. I don't like that ice. Here's Stephen Griffin back. $5. Thank you, Stephen. Says, try to use this $5 to bribe something about the hook. I'm telling you, man, I'd bribe them with anything. I can't bribe them with fresh skipjack and live baits right now. I don't know what's up. We about to move again. I'm gonna move again here, y'all. I wanted to check out because the bite was so active this morning before I went live. I was like, these fish, they may have just moved up shallower, and they could have went way up in the shallows too. I don't know, but it's just been dead since I went live, and I have to believe there's some fish down there at the bottom of this drop still. We may end up just I can't remember when we went. Palmetto Cat says lost sound. Can you hear me now? Is it just you, Palmetto? Mike Turner, I'm cutting out. Am I buffering? Heck far. We're gonna crapola. Okay. Okay. Mark says it's back. I may have had a buffering issue there. May have buffered a little bit here, y'all. Sometimes when you're out in the middle of nowhere like I am today, cell phone service is, it is what it is. I'm going to move, though, y'all. We're going to move. We're going to slide out here. We're not getting the action I want here at the top. We're going to slide back off here to the bottom of this drop. Bear with me here, y'all. We're going to spend the remainder of our time down here in the deeper depths where I've done the best this morning and done the best lately. My regular viewers, I'm telling you, that 60-foot depth lately has been money. 60 to 70 foot. If you can find a hole in the main channel out here, 60 plus feet deep, it's probably got some fish in it at some point in time. So we're just going to sneak on back out here. Get myself repositioned at the top of this hole and just hope some more fish work up this channel edge here. Old Gordon Douglas talked me into moving down deeper in that hole to start with. And then I got the wild notion to move up top. Sometimes you make decisions and they're wrong. And I think I made a wrong decision by moving around today. I should have just stayed where I was at. I couldn't have done no worse sitting where I was at than what I did when I moved. All right, get yourself repositioned here. We're gonna get this right on the edge of that drop there, and we're gonna spot lock. But yeah, for the audio purposes, y'all, like right now when I've got the camera turned around backwards, my audio sucks. And so hopefully tomorrow we're gonna try out a new microphone. Hopefully that's gonna fix that issue. I don't know why I'm turning the camera back around. I gotta lower my baits back down before I do anything. We just switched the baits out when I moved up there to the top of the drop, so I ain't gonna replace them because they didn't get touched up there at the top. I'm a little concerned about my live baits not conjuring us up a fish. I did well on the live baits before I went live. They were getting gobbled up down there. Okay, we're back to it now. We're back in business. How many people did I lose while I moved? A bunch of them? No, we're still at 458. Let's see. Let me make sure I didn't miss any super chats. So let me scroll up here a little bit. Here is one. I've seen it come up here. Where'd it go? There it is. Ruger, 7750 Ruger in the house for $10. Thank you. He says, in honor of my 41-inch flathead I caught on Nickajack Saturday morning, skipjack head, of course. Hey, thank you for that, and congrats on that big flathead, man. That's an awesome fish. That's a good one, man. Old Dan Green Machine, he's got to get back to work. Good luck with that, Dan. Here's Tom in with another $5. He said, I bet they went shallow with all the cloud cover. The sound was acting up, but good now. Yeah, that's kind of my thoughts too, Tom. I think these fish may have moved up really shallow this morning, but clouds have burned off now. The fog's burned off. They may be coming back out. I don't know. I don't know where they went. Mike's Fishing Homes is finally catching me live. Well, thanks. Glad to have you here. Jeremy Wilhite says, have to admit, not much of a catfish guy, but I enjoy your content. Well, thank you, Jeremy. Appreciate that. Epic Catfish says, never worry about moving, Justin. I do it all the time on live, sometimes for 10 minutes or more, and don't lose viewers. Well, thanks, Epic Catfish. That's good to know. Yeah, I may have to... I'm kind of at a loss here today as to what's went wrong for me. You know, sometimes the morning bite's on and then it just shuts off on you. And it's kind of the situation out here this morning. But tomorrow, I'm kind of debating on what to do. Definitely going live tomorrow. Y'all talk me into it. 7:30 in the morning Eastern. I kind of want to come back out here and hit this spot again and go live, 7:30, because I had such a good morning here to start my trip. I mean, I was catching so many fish. I kind of want, and we got enough cell phone service to go live here. I kind of want to just come back out here and hit it again. We'll see. I may change my mind between now and then. Bobby Luffman says, nighttime striper fishing trip. Probably not anytime soon, Bobby, because my views are dropping on this channel just due to the time of year, and the nighttime videos never performed well for me compared to my regular videos. So probably not anytime soon. Fish Boy Fishing says, your videos have helped me become a better cat fisherman and get several big catfish. Well, that's awesome, buddy. Congrats on those big fish. Glenn Meadows in the house is 422 thumbs up. That's awesome. We had $1,100 in super chats. Or 104 minutes, I should say, into this stream. Billy Hamilton today loaded me up with $500. Becca's hit me up. Riley Taylor. Callie, K&K Fishing Adventures. I've had a bunch of other people. Tom in. Y'all have been so awesome to me today. You always are. I don't know why I'm saying today. You always are. Mike Dixon said, if you knew where they were all the time, you'd be rich. Boy, ain't that the truth. Every time I think I get fish figured out, they just throw a wrench in my plans. They humble you. Here's Danimals Creations and Adventures. Says, I'm ready to throw everything in the truck, but it's 10:15 a.m. and I haven't had a good daytime bite in a year. Hey, I'd still recommend you go, man. Just get out there in the water. You never know. Old man on the hill said it'll be 6:30 a.m. where he's at. He can't wait. I'm glad to have some people excited about it. Here's Zachary Blanco says, send a shout out to my friend Brian. Tell him let's go fishing. Well, Brian, go fishing with Zachary, buddy. He's waiting on you. Here's Callie. K&K Fishing Adventures back with $25. Callie's back again. She says, every time I take people fishing for catfish who aren't used to catching bass, walleye, and pike, I have to teach them patience. Oh, I'm sorry, who are used to catching bass, walleye, and pike, I have to teach them patience. I'll tell them it's a waiting game and just enjoying being on the river. Boy, ain't that the truth, Callie. You know, it's funny. It's funny, Callie. These people, bass fishermen, for instance, you know, they're always casting. And I go catfishing with them. They're like, oh, this is so boring. You're just sitting around, all this waiting around. And I'm like, you know, these guys, when they're bass fishing, they're making casts. They ain't catching all the time. They might go an hour, 2 hours, or longer sometimes between bites. So they got the same amount of downtime as us catfishermen have, but the difference is they're casting versus us, we're sitting around. So in their mind, it's like they're doing something. They're busy. They got busy work going on, but you still have downtime, you know. So I always laugh at them when I hear that from a bass fisherman. Here's Daniel Duran. He says, hey, Justin, I thought you know now. I thought inlet, you know. I think there's a typo here, Daniel. That now and my wife noticing moon pies every time we come into the store. Yeah, I got some moon pies there at the house. I still got to put some in the kayak. I got to load my snack pile up here in the kayak. Gordon wants to know when I'm going to try the spot where I caught the blue with the black dot twice. I actually hit that area again recently and didn't do worth a flip out there, man. That spot, it's you either going to catch a good fish or you ain't going to catch jack diddly poo usually. Chuck Goodwin says, what about chumming? Yeah, I probably should do that a little more. Problem with chumming out here is we got so many small fish, you'd be in Dink City if you chummed. You'd have baits getting chewed up all the time. Bumblebee Junction says, in homage to Justin, we posted a video a few days ago of my wife catching a catfish on my ultralight setup with chicken nugget for bait. I bet that was a heck of a fight on the ultralight. Here's Jack Tadone. T-Done. I don't know how to say it, Jack. I'm sorry. He says, I'm joining now on this stream. The time difference there to Guam makes it hard to follow your live streams, but I'm up and watching. Well, hey, thanks for watching from Guam. Man, he's a long ways away. Jeremy Clark says he checks for new vids first thing in the morning. Yeah, Jeremy, I had a video scheduled to come out today, and I was going to go live tomorrow, and then I was catching the hell out of some fish earlier, which they've made a complete fool of me since I went live. But I thought, I'm on some fish, let me just go live today, and we'll push today's video off till tomorrow. So that's what I get for getting cocky, thinking I was on some fish today. Hell, I've lost my spot again. There's Jack's comment. Let me scroll on down, make sure I ain't missed no super chats. Here's River Rat. Howdy from East Texas. What's going on there? Demons to hunt I think he's talking to Eric. Here's Steve. I can't say your last name, Steve. I'm sorry. He says, love the fishing videos, but really love the garden ones. Well, hey, thanks. Am I planting any fall veggies? No, I ain't. I've actually the other day took my garden down with the exception of my pepper plants. I picked 3 more watermelons, and that's the last of the watermelons. And so after that, I mowed everything down except for the peppers. They're still going strong. Problem with the peppers is, though, I picked all the peppers off there and composted them because my dog, Roscoe, he's getting chemo treatments. He keeps peeing on the pepper plants. And, you know, it's one thing to have dog pee on there. You wash that off, but you don't want dog pee with chemo in it. So I picked everything off, and the pepper plants still got some blooms on them. So I'm going to see if I can keep him away from them dang pepper plants. Danged old dog. Pees all over the vegetables. Well, we got some more popping up here, y'all. Let me turn here. The super chats pop up in green, and they are hard to see with my glasses and the glare. Is it Carl Henderson? $5. Thank you, Carl. He says, Texas here. Do what you do. Enjoy watching. Well, thank you, Carl. Appreciate you stopping by and donating today. That's awesome. Here's Fishing, a Family Tradition with $5. Thank you there. Terry here, Raylynn, says she's caught plenty of blue. Hang on, Terry. I had a rod get hit there for a second. Well, we finally had a dink tap again there, Terry. First one in a while. Raylynn says she's caught plenty of bluegill for bait. She's ready to get more fishing time with Nana for our channel. That's great. I hope you and Raylynn have a awesome trip your next time out there. Thank you for the super chat. Let me scroll down, make sure I didn't miss any more. Daryl Moore says, I watch you all the time. Like what you do. Would like one day to come fish with you. Well, thank you, Daryl. Fred. Oh, Fred. I can't say your name. Kroldart? I've butchered it, Fred. I'm sorry. He says, Justin, I'm sorry to hear about your sick dog. I hope he gets better, buddy. I know he's a good friend of yours, a loyal companion. Well, thank you, Fred. Yeah. I appreciate that. He's had a rough go of it the last couple of days. He's been pretty bad off since that last round of chemo, but they said, you know, it can take a week or so before the chemo, you know, we start seeing results from it. If we're going to have results, I'm hoping to just give it a little time here, see if he rounds the corner here on it. I'm sure hoping he does. There's Willis Cop was asking about Roscoe's chemo. Yeah, he just got it on Thursday. And today and tomorrow, I think, supposed to be the worst of the side effects, if he has side effects from it. I know he's been a little nauseous. We're giving him nausea medicine, we're giving him pain medicine, and we're giving him antibiotics right now. And so hopefully he's going to turn the corner today or tomorrow on it, and hopefully he's going to see some results. We didn't get any results from the first round of chemo. We slowed the tumor growth for maybe a week, and then it ramped right back up, and it's almost like you look at him every day and it gets a little bigger. It's just been very aggressive cancer. It's very frustrating. I wish I could do more for him. Here's Paul Newhouse. He says, Justin, I cannot thank you enough for your videos. I really enjoy you catching those golly-whoppers. Well, thank you, Paul. I wish I could catch a golly-whopper out here this morning for you. I mean, I did this morning, and it's so frustrating. I was catching the heck out of them, and I said, you know what? I'm going to go live. I'm on some fish. Let's go live today. That way I can get some fish on the stream, and boom, go live. Toe dinks. The bite just shut off. I mean, it just shut off. I don't know. That's fishing. Kevin H says, does Yak Tribe still do tournaments? I don't think so, Kevin. I haven't seen them post anything in a long time. I don't know if they do them anymore. Let me scroll on down here. Daryl Smith said he took his garden down as well, but the peppers are still growing strong. Yeah, Daryl, he must have lopped his pepper plants off too. I'll tell you something, folks. I've done that the last 2 years. I know we off fishing topic here. Might as well be off fishing topic. Lord knows we ain't gonna catch no more fish today. But the pepper plants, when they're just sprouting up there and you got 6 or 8 leaves, I lop the top of them off. That is a tip I got on YouTube. And I'll tell you something, I've done that the last 2 years and I have gotten more pepper production from doing that. It has been amazing. That one, just right when they're, again, 6, 8 leaves, just snip the top off. Instead of getting real tall, they get bushy and put out a lot more growth. It's been amazing. I'm not gonna put out as many pepper plants next year. I'm not gonna need to. Just due to the production. Here's Tom in back with another $5. He said these fish don't want any front camera exposure. Definitely love the garden videos as well. Yeah, I tell you, man, these fish today, it was an awesome morning. But boy, they have done me in on the live stream. We'll hit it first thing in the morning on the live stream tomorrow. We'll be at first light, 7:30. Have baits in. We'll have a better experience out here. Now, where I go, do I come back here to this spot? Do I try somewhere different? I don't know. I'm still debating that. I fished this spot last week, had a great day. I started at the top of the drop, didn't catch nothing. Moved down, instantly got bit. Caught several fish, got like 4 flatheads. You'll all see that video coming up. So today, I thought it's Monday. I'm gonna come back out here. I'll hit it with some live baits, hit it with some cut bait. Second fish I caught was a flathead over 40 inches. And so I thought, it's on again, and sure as the world, I caught a few more flatheads, some blues. And so there's fish in this area. Now, it may just be an early morning bite right now, but we may end up going live here again tomorrow. We're either gonna go live here or I'm gonna go upriver from here to another deep hole and try it out. It's on the to-do list. I'm gonna fish that hole either on the live stream tomorrow or my next trip out that's not live and check it out. It's like 72 feet deep up there on the main channel. So we're gonna go live from one of the 2 places tomorrow. But hopefully we're gonna have we can't catch much less fish than what we've caught on the live stream today, that's for sure. Let me get to another super chat here. I seen it come up. It's in the yellow. Where'd it go? Boy, I've had some comments while I was flapping my gums. There's Callie back $10. Says, Muzzy Loader asked how big a catfish would have to be before you would be afraid to bring it in the kayak. Well, thank you for that super chat there, Callie. They ain't a fish big enough that I'd be afraid to bring it in. Now, I hope I eventually hook one so big that I can't bring it in without flipping myself and I got to drag its butt to shore. That's what I hope for, but I ain't never caught one that big yet. But it would have to be a big fish to keep me from doing that. Thank you for pointing that comment out there to me, Cal. I know I've missed some comments today. There's been a lot of them on here. I've had a lot of comments, a lot of super chats. We're over $1,200. Now that comment there put me over $1,200 on the super chats. Freaking amazing. Y'all are awesome. We're at 118 minutes, 450 people watching right now. Unbelievable. Becca's still here moderating for me. Becca don't sleep, y'all. She's moderator for everybody's live stream. She does a phenomenal job. I'm so grateful to her. Becca, check your email today. I sent you an email over the weekend with a video link to share something with you that's top secret. Other people gonna find out here in the spring. Pretty excited about it. I wish I could give y'all more information on it now. I'll just say we're still in the prototype phase. But when the real deal comes out between me and Catfish Sumo, speaking of Catfish Sumo, shout out Daniel there. Use your coupon code kayak there at catfishsumo.com. That's a perfect place to plug that. 10% off your order and free shipping. But in the spring, big things be happening between me and Catfish Sumo. Barring any more production delays. God almighty, it's slow as molasses getting through this process. But big things coming, y'all. Let me pull out some more comments here. I'm just pulling them out at random here. Somebody said Chunky. I guess Chunky L-Stan's still in the house. Yeah, he is. L-Stan. Chunky Cat's Fishing still here. Bumblebee's still here too, he says. Here's Michael Milburn. Michael Milburn, $50. Thank you, Michael. He says, lost my parents last year, Ron and Linda Milburn. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Michael. He says, they were my fishing buddies. Since I found your channel, it's kept me excited about fishing. Thanks for doing what you do. Well, thank you, Michael. Thank you for that super chat, and I'm very sorry to hear about your parents. I'm very fortunate both of my parents are still alive, and my mom, she's at my house today taking care of the dog while I'm out here. My dad, shout out to my dad. He's my most loyal follower on here, man. He watches every minute of every video I do. Then he goes back days later, reads all the comments that have come in, and he's my biggest fan on here. So shout out to my parents there. Wouldn't be where I am today without them, that's for sure. Here's Brandon Hughes. Says, hey, Justin, Campbell and I are watching as always. Glad you're on the water. We wish we was. Hurt my back, so we're at the house for the week. Well, Brandon, I hope your back gets to feeling better soon. And Campbell, shout out to you, buddy. Hope you get back on the water soon. Kayak Catfish says, do you ever fish log jams? No, buddy, I don't. We don't have a lot of log jams here. Most of our, I fish Tennessee River, and it's a reservoir. It's real deep out here. We don't really have the log jams that some of the smaller rivers do. John says, tell us now. I can't, buddy. I can't. I'll just say this. What we're doing is going to be different than anything on the market. One thing I really like about Daniel, who owns Catfish Sumo, there's a lot of companies out there. Since my YouTube channel started getting bigger, started getting a lot of views, I became valuable to companies. A lot of these companies reach out, and they all want to give you free products. They want to give you free products, you use them, give them promotion and whatnot. But most of these companies ain't interested in designing new products that suits our needs. They're trying to create products for the masses. I want to work with companies that want to make products for me and people like me. People that, for instance, I'll use me as an example here. I fish out of the kayak most of the time. I also go fish out of a boat some too with my friends, Deuces Wild, Mark Cooper, my friends that have boats, I'll go with them occasionally. I'll fish off the bank in the fall and the winter when our water levels drop. You'll see me doing some bank fishing. And each one of those styles of fishing, you've got a unique set of needs. So you can create products that are kind of good enough to do all of those things, but kind of compromise on each facet of it. Or you can make things for each. We got a fish here, y'all. My God, we might have one. He hit it. He said heck with it. He don't want to be caught on this live stream. But anyway, I was saying, the nice thing about working with Daniel at Catfish Sumo, he's open to suggestions. He's very good at designing stuff. And so we were talking right before me and him signed the deal to work in it. And I pitched an idea for a product. And I said, if we just had, and I can't give too many details on it because the company's probably going to be stealing this idea as soon as we go live with the product launch. But I said, if we just had this, man, it would make life so much easier, whether you fish out of a kayak, boat, or bank. One simple thing could just change our whole world. And he's like, I can do that. And before you know it, we already got a prototype. So Becca's the first one to see that prototype. It's in her inbox there. She's so busy on people's live streams, she ain't got time to be checking her email. We got the real winger. Says, do you think barometer pressure has an effect on fishing? I think it probably does. I don't pay no attention to it though. I go fishing when I got time, and usually morning hours. I don't pay a lot of attention to barometric pressure. I'm a follower of Buck Perry's teachings though. And Buck Perry, he believed that barometric pressure affected fish in the upper part of the water column. He believed that once you get down below about 15 feet, fish couldn't feel the changes. So I don't know if there's truth to that or not, but that's what he believed in. Buck Perry was a believer in fishing deep structure. He's the godfather of structure fishing. I learned just about everything I know about reading contour maps from the Buck Perry Structure Fishing book series. And so I'm a big believer in his teachings, and so I fish deep structure, and I fish it most of the time. I've been doing some more shallow water fishing recently. I've got a video coming out later this week where I did some shallow water fishing just to get up there and see what was going on. But deep water structure is kind of my comfort zone, and barometric pressure don't seem to matter as much the deeper you fish. Lord, I've rambled on for a while here, y'all. There's a bunch of comments here. Still got 400 something people watching me not catch diddly poo out here. Tim Zazinski says, never seen you go this long without a hookup. It happens. It does happen a lot. That's the thing. It's like if I fish, most of my fishing trips for my regular videos are 4 to 5 hours long. I'll normally, if I come out in the mornings, I get on the water at dawn and fish till 11-ish. Noon at the latest usually. And so, you know, you see a video that's 30 minutes that I put out edited, and it looks like I'm catching fish just one after another. And there are stretches of time where I am. But then there's also stretches like this where I might go an hour or two with no bites, and then here come the next wave of fish through. And a lot of it's just being on the water at the right time. And unfortunately, I'm live right now during one of those stretches where it sucks. I jinxed myself, y'all. I went live thinking I was going to tear them up, keep tearing them up, and it just did not happen. Let me keep scrolling here. I'm going to pick out a few more comments. I'm going to stay live just a little while longer. What time is it here? It's 11:32. Is that 11:30? Sorry, y'all. I'm having trouble seeing. Yeah, I'm about to get out of here in about 10 minutes, y'all. I gotta get home and take over for the dog there. Haslife said shorter rod for kayak fishing. Yeah. Stay tuned, Haslife. Stay tuned. I'm a believer in the shorter rods. You can't go too short. There's some companies out there, I won't mention their name because I don't like them or their people. They're on my doo-doo list and they'll never get off of it. But they got like a 5.5 foot rod, and that's too short. If you tried to fish like I fish with 5.5 foot rods, your baits would be so close you'd be tangled up all the time. But, you know, fishing from a kayak, you don't want a rod that's too long, versus fishing from the bank, you need a longer rod. Each area has its own unique set of needs, and so I think the winning company out there is gonna make products for all of those people, not just the masses trying to do one 7.5 foot rod that fits everybody. So Mike Hatch says Kayak Catfish reels. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know if you're asking about my reels or if you're asking about a new reel. I don't understand your question. I apologize. Jake Worthley says, hey, Justin, the kids and I love your videos. Well, thank you. He says, you talk about the James River catfish. Where is that? That's up there in Virginia. Dan Green Machine Outdoors, I believe he's in Roanoke, Virginia, or Richmond. I don't know where the hell he's at. He's one of them big cities that starts with an R. He catches the heck out of them. Everybody goes up there to James, has an awesome trip. And so it seems to be the premier fishery in the country right now. I'd make a trip up there at some point in time if you got vacation time scheduled. Here's Brandon asking about Kool-Aid and chicken. No, thank you. Dominic Hollis says he just woke up. He had a rough night. I'm sorry, Dominic. You ain't missed nothing out here with me on the live stream. The edited video from today's trip before I went live will be much better, I promise. Here's Random Stuff in Ohio. He says, when out making a video, do you keep the camera on the whole time you're out there? It depends. It depends on the video. Thank you for the question. So what I typically do, I used to, in my catfishing videos, leave the front camera rolling and then have my chest cam on just ready to be turned on. I stopped doing that because in the summertime, the cameras would overheat. I'd get home, not realize that my camera had overheated and lost a bunch of footage. So now I keep my chest cam on, and as soon as I feel a bite, I turn it on. Or if I mark fish coming up on my graph, I turn it on. And that way I'm ready for the takedown. And then I'll turn my front camera on as needed when I hold up fish. Now when I'm ultralight fishing in those videos, I do keep the camera going the whole time because that next bite could come at any second. So that's how I do those videos. Zoe says, what's the thoughts on hoodoo fishing kayak for a beginner? You know, a friend of mine, Josh Sharp, a local bass fisherman, Bass and Beer YouTube channel, he just got one of those not long ago. I've never had one, never been in one. I don't know enough about them, but you might check out his channel, Bass and Beer. He'll have a better informed opinion on them than what I have. He'd be a good resource for you. Haslife said, Dan just beat me last minute with a 51-incher, 6 minutes to go. That was an awesome fish though, Haslife. If you're going to get beat, at least get beat with a monster, right? James Cardwell says he builds his own rods and has not found a one rod fits all like companies market. Yeah, it's hard to suit everybody's needs. Y'all, good gosh almighty, are we going to catch one more fish here? Nope, he was hitting it. I'm embarrassing today, y'all. 2 small fish on the live stream. It's amazing. I mean, it's like you just flipped a switch out here. I mean, you'll see it in the upcoming video. Just one fish after another. I'd lower a bait down. Boom, the next one's going off. And I go live. Kiss F. Amazing. Y'all have still been awesome to hang out with here today. You know, the nice thing about going live for me is when I'm having down times like this, normally I'd pull out my phone, I'd do the Candy Crush or YouTube or something, listen to some Jim Cornette podcast. At least when I'm live and I'm struggling out here, I can interact with you all, and it's nice. It helps pass the time, and this is fun chatting with you all. Huckett Catfish says, you think you're going to get any more bank fishing, or is that old news? Yeah, I'll be back on the bank when the fall. Well, once our water levels drop here, I'll have a lot more shoreline access. Well, I've missed a bunch of comments here. Good golly, this thing is scrolling. We still got 400 something people up in here. Let's make sure I didn't miss any more super chats. I think I did. I think one just popped up. Yep, Tom in, $10. He says, I've enjoyed watching this live feed even without the fish being active. Thanks for all you do. Makes my job more bearable to watch you on the river. Well, thank you, Tom. I appreciate you tuning in today for all the super chats. Here's Galen Johnson, $9.99. Thank you, Galen. Florida checking in as always. Keep it up, Justin. Well, thank you, Galen. I appreciate that. Y'all have been so generous to me today. But listen, y'all, it's hell, I don't know what time it is. It's 11 something. 11:43 looks like. I'm gonna have to get off here and take it to the house. Here's Jerry Woodard. He says, man, you're awesome, and I love your attitude and your mom for helping you out with your dog. I give her a heads up. Well, thank you, Jerry. I appreciate that, and I am gonna get out of here, y'all, because again, my mom has helped me out today with the dog, and I gotta get on home there and check out with her, relieve her. But it's been an awesome morning for me, y'all. Here's one more. Who we got? We got Matt Holacek, 4075 in the house. He says, shout out to the troops. Yes, I do need to give a shout out to the troops there. Thank you, Matt. You know, we just had 9/11 there on Saturday. You know, one of the awful times in American history, but also, quite honestly, one of the best times as far as people coming together, community, you know, our armed services and all that. I mean, to take such a tragedy and for people to come together like they did, it gives you hope for humanity. Social media can really make you think less of people. And, you know, unfortunately, when you have tragic events like 9/11, it can really show you just how good people can be too. So thank you, Matt Holacek, there for the donation. Shout out to the troops, all the men and women serving here and abroad. Thank you so much for what you do. But y'all, I do have to get out of here and go relieve my mom. Tomorrow morning, I've had requests for it. We're going to go live 7:30 Eastern time in the morning. Hopefully get on the morning bite that I had going on before I went live today. If we can have 2 hours of fishing like I did this morning, first thing, we're going to have a good show. But I'm going to go out this evening. I'll try to refresh on some skipjack, get us some more fresh bait. I still got plenty in the cooler here. We still got some live baits here in my bucket I'll try to keep alive, and we'll do a live bait, cut bait deal tomorrow morning. So I'm going to get off here, y'all. I'll see you bright and early for those of you that show up. And thank you again, everybody who has donated today. Thank you for that fish for giving me a dink tap here right as we're trying to get off the stream. Let me give it just a few more seconds and see if he's just going to mess around or if he's actually going to bite the whole hook and everything. Probably not. Heck with that fish, y'all. That fish ain't got nothing on all you all who are watching today, all the people out there who made it rain on me today. Over $1,200 in super chats. Thank you so much. Y'all are awesome. So anyway, guys, I got to get out of here, but I'll see you in the morning. Y'all take care. Have a good day.